Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful day like always. Today, yes, I finally will be listening to Enrique Iglesias. I am continuing with my hot and sexy and sweaty discography journey, whatever you want to call it. I'm listening to 4 different artists in this discography journey, and I'm alternating between them every week. The Pussycat Dolls, Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, and also Shakira. Now, I will be listening to Enrique's debut English album, which is actually technically his 4th studio album from 1999 called Enrique. And when it comes to Enrique himself, he is a Spanish singer, songwriter, actor, record producer, philanthropist who is known as the king of Latin pop. So it would seem like there are 2 kings of Latin pop because when I listened to Ricky Martin last week, I listened to Ricky's first English speaking album from 1999. When I listened to that album, I was reading up on Ricky, and it also said that he's the king of Latin pop. So I don't know, I feel like there can't be 2 kings. But apparently there is. Now, it does say here that Ricky Martin is the king of Latin pop as well as the Latin music king. So, who is the real king of Latin pop? Are there 2 kings or I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Ricky Martin or Enrique Iglesias? Who is the king of Latin pop? Enrique is one of the best-selling Latin music artists of all time, with estimated sales of 70 million records sold worldwide. By the turn of the millennium, after becoming one of the biggest stars in Latin America and the Hispanic market in the United States, he made a successful crossover into the US mainstream market. He also holds the record for the most #1 songs on the Billboard Hot Latin Songs chart with 27 songs. Now, like I said already, I am checking out his very first English language album from 1999, and there are 13 tracks on the album. The album is 53 minutes, and I have heard a few of the songs already, in particular track #1, Rhythm Divide, obviously, as well as track #2, Be With You, and track #10, Balamos. And we did kick off the video with track #1, Rhythm Divide. It's not only a great Latin pop song, it's a great pop song in general, and it was also probably one of the very first Enrique Iglesias songs I ever heard on the radio or on TV when I was a kid. I love the production on this track. I love how it makes me feel. It's hot, it's steamy, it's sexy, it's sweaty, it makes you want to dance, it makes you just want to sweat profusely as you listen to it and raise your arms in the air, just sway them from side to side. It's just, I love this song. This is one of those pop songs where I can listen to it throughout my entire life, year to year, and never get sick of it. Join the dance and let it happen. Put tomorrow's cares right out of your mind. And as the music draws you closer and you fall under my spell, I will catch you in my arms now. Where the night can take us, no one can tell. And all I need is the rhythm divine. I mean, if this song doesn't make you want to move your body, I don't know what will. And I also failed to mention that in 1999, both Enrique and Ricky dropped their first English-speaking album, so I'm curious to know if there was competition between the 2. Now, back in 1999, I think this was 1999, when Billboard made the comparison between Ricky and Enrique, Billboard said that, unlike his peer Ricky Martin, Iglesias is far from overexposed, leaving plenty of room for listeners to be surprised by his potential as a singer, performer, and presence. I don't know, I'm getting the impression that perhaps Ricky was a bit more popular than Enrique. So now we're gonna move on to track #2, Be With You. Okay, and that was track #2, Be With You. Hands down, one of my favorite, not only one of my favorite Enrique Iglesias songs, but it's one of my favorite Latin pop songs. And it's just one of my favorite pop songs in general. Who am I kidding? I adore this song so much. I do want to delve a bit into the lyrics of this song, but honestly, I don't really care about the lyrics of this song because I just love the overall production and the way it makes me feel when I listen to it. I just close my eyes, it just takes me somewhere, and I've got to be with you somehow, and now that you're gone, who am I without you now? I mean, this is just such a romantic song. There is this guy, and he's saying he's nothing without you, and that when you're gone, I'm nothing. I just want to be with you. I mean, I think what's doing it for me is the guitar on these tracks. It's so. I don't know what this is. It's so. I don't know what I'm trying to say with my hands here. It's just. I just love it. Now, it does say here that the song was co written by Enrique, but it was also produced by Mark Taylor and Brian Rawling, the team responsible for Cher's hit song Believe. Oh. Enrique once stated that he initially came up with the lyrics of the song while taking a break from recording in London's Hyde Park. Now, it did become Enrique's second number one single on the US Billboard Hot 100. His first number one was actually Balamos. I am curious to know how far on the chart Rhythm Divine got, and it only got to 32. That's really surprising to me. Rhythm Divine only reaching 32. You would think this song also would have reached number one. So now we're gonna move on to track number 3, I Have Always Loved You. Okay, that was track number 3, I Have Always Loved You, and I really enjoyed this song. I love listening to Enrique's voice. It's like he's whispering sweet nothings into your ear, and he's so romantic, and I mean, I'm just getting a hard on listening to his voice. Wow. And I am not ashamed to admit that because I can only imagine all the women who listened to this album and his voice. I mean, lady boners everywhere. Am I wrong? This is just such a genuinely romantic album. Oh God, I miss you. I've always loved you. I knew you before I knew myself. Oh my baby, I have always loved you. Years go by in a matter of days, and though we go our separate ways, I never stop dreaming of you. Now, I did enjoy Ricky Martin's first English language album from 1999. But I feel like that album was more playful. It was more, I don't know, it was more tongue-in-cheek, whereas I feel like this album, it's more sophisticated. Now, I'm just getting the impression that if, I don't know, if Enrique and Ricky were brothers, Ricky is the younger, more immature yet playful and fun brother. And Enrique would have been the older, more wise, sophisticated, more romantic brother of the two. Which it is interesting for me to say that because in real life, Ricky is actually older by 4 years. But regardless, I still really enjoyed the track. So now let's move on to track number 4, Sad Eyes. Okay, that was track number 4, Sad Eyes, and I really enjoyed this track. Enrique is definitely seducing me with his voice. Every day, here you come walking, I hold my tongue. I don't do much talking. You say you're happy and you're doing fine. Well, go ahead, baby. I got plenty of time because sad eyes never lie. I also really like the story in the song. He said, you come all dressed up for a date. Well, one more step and it'll be too late. Blue ribbon in your hair, like you're so sure I'll be standing there. I guess sad eyes never lie. So I love the lyrics in this track. Lyrically, it is probably my favorite song on the album so far, and it does say that the song was written by Bruce Springsteen, so I guess this is a cover. Now, Sad Eyes was released as the 5th single from the album, and originally the song was released in 1990 from Bruce Springsteen's album Tracks. I would love to hear a dance pop remix of this song. I think it would sound great. It says here that Enrique did not promote the song and it was not as successful as the previous singles from the album. However, it does say that the remixes of the album did chart quite high, so I definitely do want to check out the remixes of the song. So now we're gonna move on to track number 5, I'm Your Bad. Okay, that was track number 5, I'm Your Bad, and this was another great song on the album, and let me just say, so far, we're 5 for 5. I've enjoyed every single one of these songs so far. I almost like each of them equally. There are a couple I prefer over others, obviously, but as a whole, I've enjoyed all the songs so far. It is a very consistent album when it comes to the production and also the stories within the lyrics. It's the way that I feel when I feel you inside, why I always want to be your man. It's the way that you're weak, the way that you're strong, why I always want to be your man. You can be a million miles away from me, you can be kissing another man's lips, but I'm your man. I'm your man. So now we're gonna move on to track number 6, Oh Yemi. Okay, and that was track number 6, Oyeme, and this is definitely the most upbeat song on the album so far. It's the most playful and fun song. It's also one of the, if not the sexiest song on the album. He's essentially saying, I want to touch your body and I want to touch you everywhere. I mean, please do, Enrique. Wow. I am kind of thirsty, I won't lie. I'm a thirsty bitch right now. Touch you here, touch you there, I want to touch you everywhere. You're so beautiful, I swear. I mean, he knows the right words to say to get into your pants. I mean, let's be real. Now, I don't know what Oyemi actually means. Yes, I'm on Yahoo Answers, and someone else went searching for the same thing that I am right now. They're trying to find out what the name of the Enrique Iglesias song means, Oyemi. And someone answered and said that It means listen to me or hear me. So now we're gonna move on to track number 7, Could I Have This Kiss Forever, featuring the great Whitney Houston. And when I went on my Whitney Houston discography journey, I think I recall listening to this song. I'm pretty sure I did, but I actually don't remember any part of the song. So I am going to listen to it again. Oh, now I remember it. Okay, and that was track number 7, Could I Have This Kiss Forever, with Whitney Houston. And this is a great song. It's a great duet, and it's great to hear Whitney's voice on this track. It's great to hear Whitney in general. And they sound great together. Now, the lyrics are pretty straightforward. They do blend in with the rest of the album. Could I hold you for a lifetime? Could I look into your eyes? Could I have this night to share this night together? Could I hold you close beside me? So the lyrics aren't really anything to write home about, but at the same time, they're very romantic, and I enjoyed the track. I mean, the lyrics aren't supposed to be thought-provoking. They're not supposed to be complex. They're just very standard romantic love songs. Now, the song was written by Diane Warren, which is great because she's written so many other great love songs, so many great ballads for so many other artists. It says here that Whitney Houston and Enrique had never actually met in person, as both of them originally recorded the song in separate studios. But the two eventually did meet in studio when the song was being re-recorded for single release. Now, when talking about the song, Enrique said when he first heard the demo, he loved it, and Clive Davis said, "Why don't you do it with Whitney?" So they did, and it turned out fantastic. Clive was very nice about letting Whitney sing with me. I will say though, there were a lot of scathing reviews of the song. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people were making fun of it, and a lot of people just genuinely didn't like this duet. I don't know, I personally enjoyed the track, but it's obviously not a song I'll go back to all the time. I told you guys that I heard the song already when I went on my Whitney Houston discography journey, but since then I actually forgot what the song sounded like, so I guess that's a testament to the replay value of the song, because I actually haven't played it again since going on my Whitney Houston discography journey. So this was my first time listening to it again in months, so I do say that I like the song, but I obviously probably wouldn't really listen to it again all the time. Even though there were a lot of horrible reviews for this song, it was still a mega success. It was successful internationally, hitting number 1 in several countries. But anyway, let's move on to track number 8, You're My Number One. Now, this is another collaboration with another artist named David Campbell. Okay, that was track number 8, You're My Number One, and I mean, yeah, this was a nice song. It fits in with the rest of the album. I mean, it was a little bit of, I don't want to say it was a little bit of a bore. I feel like the highlight of the song was obviously the electric guitar. I also really liked his vocals on the track. I didn't really care about the lyrics, to be honest with you. I mean, he does say, you bring me up when I'm feeling down, you touch me deep, you touch me right, you do the things I've never done, you make me wicked, you make me wild, because baby, you're my number one. I mean, lyrically, this album is getting a little repetitive, and I am getting a little bored when it comes to the lyrics, but I'm still enjoying the album and the production, and his voice. Like I said, I think he sounds really great on this track. I am trying to figure out who this David Campbell is. Unfortunately, there isn't a link on the Wikipedia page under the track listing of the album, so I don't know, I'm not really having any luck. But anyway, let's move on to track number 9, Alibo. Okay, that was track number 9, Alibo, and I liked the song. I like the production, obviously. I like the sound of it. I like the parts where they were saying Alibo. I don't know if I would listen to it again. I would maybe from time to time. Now, I actually don't know what Alibo means, and it says here that something you say when you are surprised or hear something strange. It's similar to saying what the hell or oh my god. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to track number 10, Balamos. Okay, that was track number 10, Balamos, and I remember hearing this song throughout my entire life. This is probably one of the very first Enrique Iglesias songs I ever heard when I was a kid, and it's one of my favorite Enrique Iglesias songs. It's one of my favorite tracks from the album, and it's great. Now, it was released as the lead single from the album, and it was also released as part of the soundtrack to the film Wild Wild West in 1999. Now, obviously, the song was extremely successful. It was Enrique's debut in the English language market, and it was a big deal. It was a big hit. In the United States, the song was seen as part of a wave of crossover music from Latin American singers and a general increase in interest in Latin music, which was started by Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca, as well as Carlos Santana's collaboration with Rob Thomas called Smooth. Just like Rhythm Divine, track number 1, this song gets you up on your feet, and it's such an anthem, and it makes you feel good. It makes you want to pump your fists in the air, just sway your arms from side to side, and you just have a good time listening to the song. Now, I actually don't know what Balamos means. It says here that it means we dance, we are dancing. Makes sense. Now I know after all these years. So now we're gonna move on to track number 11, Ritmo Total. Oh, it's Rhythm Divine, but I guess this is the Spanish version. I really enjoyed the Spanish version of Rhythm Divine. This was my very first time listening to a full Enrique Iglesias Spanish song where he sings all the lyrics in Spanish. And I loved it. Now, there are 2 more tracks on the album. Tracks number 12 and 13. These are the Spanish versions of Sad Eyes and I'm Your Man. So I'm going to briefly check out these tracks. Can I just say that Enrique sounds a lot sexier when he sings in Spanish? I mean, I'm being seduced right now. Absolutely gorgeous. So that was all 13 tracks of Enrique by Enrique Iglesias, and I enjoyed myself so much listening to this album. It's a great Latin pop album, it's a great pop album, and I enjoyed all the songs on this album, and they're catchy as hell. And his voice, don't even get me started on his voice. He just whispers into your ear sweet nothings, and it just takes me over. It's so beautiful. His voice is just so beautiful to listen to, and the production was great. In particular, I loved hearing the guitar and obviously the backing vocals on the album. I I like Latin pop so much. I like how it makes me feel, and it just makes me feel warm. It just makes me want to dance. And what I do wish is that I wish there were more playful, fun songs on this album. There are a lot of love songs, romantic songs, which I didn't mind, but I just wish he would have had a bit more fun on the album. And the lyrics are your typical standard love song lyrics that you'd hear in a lot of other love songs. So the lyrics aren't really anything to write home about, but they are romantic and they're very loving, and I enjoyed reading them. So I think that's all I wanted to say on the album. What did you guys think of it? What are your impressions? And what are your favorite songs from the album? So in my next Enrique video, we'll be moving on to his second English language album from 2001 called Escape. Now I won't be doing that album next week because, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm doing 4 different artists in this discography journey. So next week, I will be moving on to Shakira, my very first Shakira album. I am so excited for that. Dirty Laundry is what I'll be listening to. So thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists from any decade. You can find me on Apple Music, you can check out my playlist, and so on and so forth. I don't know if you understood that, but regardless, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.